let's move on to the most fun position, tight end. Good God. The starting tight ends are ugly, let alone the waiver wire ones. So the deep league option, we have Zach Ertz leading the way, ruining the world for rookie tight ends everywhere year after year. Then we have Jonnu Smith, Luke Schoonmaker for as long as Ferguson's out, Brenton Strange for as long as Evan Ingram's out. Medium leagues, we got Chigo Okonkwo, Hunter Henry, Noah Fant. And then I should add to that one. He's not on here, but I will add Mike Gesicki. And in shallow leagues, these ones are they're all right around 70, 75% rostered. If Brock Bowers is somehow available on your waiver wire, add him. I also have Isaiah Likely and Taysom Hill in here. I don't like them nearly as much. If you roster Hill or Likely and Bowers is on your waiver wire, go get rid of him. I have a league where it's tight end premium, but I have a league where I already roster 2 tight ends. Like I have Kittle and Pitts, and someone dropped Bowers, and I went and picked up Bowers. I'm carrying
That's
3
absurd.
tight ends, and it's in the tight end premium league.
So if it's
before we get into that, let's see.
Yeah, good.
18-team PPR trade Tyreek for Gibbs, Terry, and Fant.
Yes,
Tyreek for Gibbs, Terry, and Fant. Depth tight end is Theo. I don't really know if Fant helps your depth at tight end.
No, but I bet you Terry does at wide receiver. I know it's gross for Terry, but there's so much upside with him. In the 18-team league, I have Gibbs over Tyreek until Tyreek gets his quarterback back, because it's just gonna be so up and down for him. So I would just do Tyreek for Gibbs straight up. But yeah, with those 3 pieces, you got Theo Johnson and those guys, you might as well take a shot on Fant. There's at least upside where he can catch touchdowns in the Seahawks offense, right? So I'm fine doing that deal personally. That seems like a good deal.
Pretty much all the tight ends we named are on this. Yep, Sleeper didn't have anyone we missed. So obviously, like I said, this is one where if by some miracle Brock Bowers is available in your league, you have to instantly
100%.
change that.
100% of your time.
Aside from that, who are you looking for here?
I would. So if Brock Bowers is available, go make a trade where you get some extra fab to make sure you can outbid everyone on Brock Bowers.
Yeah.
Because he's that valuable tight end.
I like that.
He's the one tight end you can trust right now. Yeah,
he could be the tight end one.
The thing about Zach Ertz, he's been cock blocking tight ends since 2018 when they drafted Dallas Goedert. That's what Zach Ertz does. He said no.
He did it to Trey McBride. He did it to to Dallas Goedert.
just a
maybe
nightmare,
if Dallas Goedert hadn't had to face Zach Ertz, maybe Dallas Goedert would have a higher finish than tight end 10.
Maybe
and I wouldn't fucking hate him so much.
Yeah, I mean, you could, if we're talking Jonnu Smith, who is on the Dolphins right now, not the Patriots, by the way. But so if Jonnu Smith is you could play him this week against the Seahawks, because his role is actually going to be beneficial of what they're trying to do with Skylar Thompson. He's not going to be throwing it downfield. He's going to keep it short for Yak. So I don't mind a dart throw on Jonnu Smith this week. It's just matchup dependent, man, with some of these tight ends and these teams are going against, because tight end is a dumpster fire right now. So if there's any viable tight ends who are going to be running routes, I want them, because we don't know how it's going to go. You can redo the Hunter Henry. You just got to be counting on a touchdown. Same thing with Noah Fant. It's just really hard for those guys, but you just got to count for
all the more reason why I couldn't believe someone dropped Brock Bowers in a tight end premium league. I don't know.
Is this a really shallow league?
And they used a 4th-round pick on him. No, it's not a shallow league. It's that monster league with tight end premium. And I was like, why would okay, I don't even bonus. They dropped him for another tight end too, and I can't even remember who it was, but it wasn't anyone good. Might have been Ferguson, but
yeah, because Ferguson's I know it said he was doubtful. He's gonna be out for a while. That ankle looked pretty serious. So I don't know what's going on with Mostert. Is he gonna be healthy?
If he ever plays.
Yeah, so they're gonna run more. I can tell you that much. I think it actually, the guy who benefits more, they talked about it this week. McDaniels is really in love with the chain. He's talking about it. He's he's asking for more work, and he's I'll happily give him more work. So I think a change is going to get all the potential work he can handle. They'll probably bring in Wright a little bit and then try to integrate him this week, because they just need more explosive weapons to kind of help those guys and make it simpler on their the quarterback. So yeah, if he's playing,
it's
sure,
yeah. It's a chest injury. He's not expected to go on injured reserve, but could miss multiple weeks. This is going to be one of those fucking ones where they say he'll be back next week. He'll be back next week. He'll be back. Oh, no, never mind. We're putting him on IR, and he wastes fucking 6 weeks a year. I hate those. Just put him on IR and get it over with.
Follow the injury guys on Twitter. They know what they're talking about with like Mostert and those guys because like we're just more guessing. They actually are smart and know what they're talking about. So,
well, that was I'm from Sleeper. That's what the Sleeper update said from RotoWire.
Yeah, so I would not count on Mostert the next couple weeks. Like, just stash him on your bench. He'll come back and be viable. But like in the meantime, it's going to be like I'm lowering those wide receivers. Like a chain's like the one guy I'm counting on, and then like Jonnu Smith, you could throw a flyer on this week. I think against Seahawks defense because they struggle against tight ends. They'll probably struggle against Jonnu Smith this week.
Okay, so assuming Bowers is not available and it's not Christmas in your league, which tight end are you looking for here? And how much are you willing to bid on them? For me, I think it's if I'm in immediate need of production, it's either I think Schoonmaker has some upside while Ferguson's out. I'm only putting a couple bucks on him. If I just need me a boring low end tight end 1, high end tight end 2, I'll take Zach Ertz and just take my 8 points a week. I think Chig has some upside. Henry is going to have boomer bust weeks, but I don't really have one that I really love here. Do you?
Yeah, I like my fear with Schoonmaker is he only ran 17 of 46 routes last week. He needs to dramatically increase that route participation if he's going to be viable because it's just you got to catch touchdown. Otherwise, you can't do anything in that offense. So it might take him a little bit longer with that injury for him to fully get up to the routes we're looking for. So like likely it's a super up or down. I know he's like one of the higher roster guys. But yeah, the best way to do it is just go look at projections for the top tight ends available. Just go by that because they're giving you the guys with the highest roles, the best outcomes. So I guess sometimes as simple as it sounds, yeah, like I'm going to target Jonnu Smith. Like I'd take him over, like I'd prefer him to Fant this week. I'd probably prefer him to Henry. Like I'd prefer him to Brenton Strange, Schoonmaker. He's probably going to be pushing borderline top 12-ish tight end for me. So I'm going to go Jonnu Smith. But outside of that, yeah, you could do Henry. You could do Fant. You could do those guys. You need a touchdown from all of these tight ends because they're not that focal points of their offense. So if you want to do the Henry thing again, it's just that seems highly unlikely that's going to happen. But yeah, target those guys.
All right. And that, I believe, brings us to a wrap, mercifully, on the week 3 waiver wire. Hopefully there's a few less injuries. Having said that, I won pretty much every league that I cared about this week. And I'm not doing too bad. So it was a good week. Check back, tomorrow where it's an AFC game, I think, on Thursday night. Yes. So it'll be AFC home game previews tomorrow at noon. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow.